Hey everybody, if you have a Traeger Silverton, one of the first generation units with the pellet box on the left side here, you probably bought it from Costco in 2019 or thereabouts. If you need to get inside of it to get at the auger motor, to get at the auger, to get at the convection fan, or get inside of it at all, the first step is to get the pellet box off of the unit. And you'll probably quickly find, if you're trying to do that, that it's not so easy because the screws are hidden. Today I want to show you how to get that done. So let's get to it.
Okay, so the first step is just to remove the inside of your grill, take off the grill grates and the drip pan, then the top rack, and then the shield that covers up the fire pot. Next, get out your shop vac and vacuum out all the dust, all the ash from inside, especially inside that fire pot. Next, go to the back of your grill, unplug it, and then also unscrew the little door in the back to empty out the pellets from the pellet hopper. Next, go to the front of the grill and remove the control panel by unscrewing the two small Phillips head screws. And one of the key things here is that the wires that are behind this are probably pretty tightly holding the control panel to the face there, and you might need to snip the zip ties that are holding the wires in place. And that might seem like a bad idea, but you will not be able to probably do this and go further in this process unless you're willing to remove some of those zip ties. So go ahead and get some scissors and snip some of those white zip ties where they appear that are holding the wires in place. Next, loosen and remove the wing nuts that are holding down the fire pot. Then go down in the fire pot and you'll see the igniter. It's popping out about 1/4 of an inch, and just make note of how far that's in there. Then pull out the fire pot and unscrew and loosen the small screw that's holding the igniter in place. I actually just removed the screw here, but you can probably just loosen it to get the igniter out of the way. And you can kind of tuck it back inside there just so it stays out of the way. Next, go to the inside of your grill and remove these 6 screws. Now you can see 4 of them cleanly and 2 of them are kind of hidden from the way this angle of the picture is done, but you'll see them when you get in there. There are 6 of them. Remove them with a Phillips head screwdriver. Next, go down by the fire pot and remove the last little screw on the floor of the grill that is holding it in place. Once that's out, you can go over to the pellet box and slide out the whole assembly. And there is a little plate there that I had not removed at this point. Just pull it out of the way if you haven't already. And there's a little bit of insulation that could be there also. Just pull those out of the way and you'll be able to slide out this whole assembly from the grill. It's a good idea to have a towel down at this point that you can lay it on. And there's also that white wire that's held in place there. There's actually a little black clip that you're going to see here in a moment that if I pull out right here, and you can unclip that wire from the grill if you need to. Now you remove the 2 top screws from the pellet box assembly. Then flip it over on its side onto a towel and remove the bottom screws from the bottom plate. Now, again, this is going to be one of these situations where those white zip ties and the wires and so forth may make this a little bit challenging, and don't be afraid to clip to cut those zip ties if you need to. Next, you go inside and remove the 2 screws that I'm doing right now. These are the last 2 screws that are holding the pellet box in place. Once these 2 screws are removed, the pellet hopper, pellet box can be pulled off of the auger assembly. As I'll do right here, and this is where it's good to have a towel down so that you don't scratch up your pellet hopper.
Now that you have the pellet box out of the way, you have access to everything that you need to do repairs on your Traeger. You can replace the auger motor. You can replace the auger, which is down in here, and it just it comes out pretty easy with a cotter pin, and then you can put in a new one. You can replace the circuit board, obviously. You don't necessarily have to do all this to get access to the circuit board, but there it is. And then lastly, you can also go underneath and get to the convection fan there. So now you have access to everything just because you've removed the pellet box. Now, could they have made it easier? Yes, they could have. And in fact, they have in the newer models of the Silverton and almost every other Traeger that's out there. They put the 4 screws to get the pellet box and to access these inner parts on the outside of the unit instead of facing inwards. But ours is more beautiful than theirs, and so we like it, and maybe it's worth the extra effort. Hey, whether it's for burgers or brisket, I hope this video helps make your next barbecue a success. And if it did, the best way to thank me is to either buy me a beer or smash those like and subscribe buttons. Thanks.